Hello, you're with me?
Okay, okay, sir. Yeah.
So this is called the normal equations, we call it. So we just plug it in. These two lines, regression, these two normal equations, right? So you see the normal equations here. The word normal equations. Okay. So you develop these normal equations, these two normal equations, and you plug it in whatever the values from the data xy, and this will be reduces into this form, and you have two equations with the two unknowns. A and B are the two unknown that you need to calculate, right? And with the two equations, so you can solve them simultaneously. That we did the other day when we solving mu and sigma, right? The simultaneous equations, mu and sigma, for the normal calculating the parameters in the normal distribution, standard normal distribution. In the same way, it will be reduced. So you have A and B. When you solve them, these two equations simultaneously, you can get the values of A and B. Okay, that is one method. The other one, is you can do this way, right? So I prefer, it's not I prefer, it's much easier than the simultaneous equation method. You can directly calculate. Just plug it in. And so that's when you solve it, you'll arrive here, right? So that's why it is an alternative formula. Is it clear more?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So today we talked about the correlation coefficients, okay, and we did it in the Excel, okay, by calculating, right? Just plug it in the values, and then we calculated the regression equation, okay, and the expected model or the predicted model, and then we interpreted the regression coefficients, okay, and then we calculated the coefficient of determination. So through that, we able to say that how much percentage of the variation in the independent model can contribute in the variation in the dependent variable. Okay, so in this particular case, there are 62% of variation in the dependent variable is caused by the variation in the independent variable. Okay. Okay, so now what I want to do is now we'll do the same exercise in SPSS. Okay, so what I want to just copy paste that whatever the value that you typed in the place of x and y, right, and put it in SPSS. So open a new file. So if you're opening a blank file, that's fine. I'm opening a blank file here. Okay, so the variable name. What is that? Age. X is the age, right? Age. And the another variable. So age is numeric, and yeah, you can give two decimals, it doesn't matter. And here age of the child, and then straight line. Okay, so we measure it's a scale because it's a, and it's just put liver. We need a decimal place here. Um, uh, volume of liver. Volume of liver. Okay, so what is there? Right? So you created everybody created the variable name. So let us see if we are all on the same page. So have you created this variable names?
I just need a few
Yes,
minutes.
sir. A few minutes, sir.
Okay, all right, yeah. You're finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you go to data view. Okay. So you already entered the data in the Excel, right? So just select it up to here. Huh? Just select. So Control C. Just press Control C and come here, like this. Then just put Control V. So you get there, right? Everything will come. So similarly, go and press the second column. So Y. Right? So Control C, then copy and save it. Here, Control V. So we got that. Right. So the data has been copy and paste. You done that? This step?
Sir, can you please go over the shortcuts to do that? Thank you.
No, see, select this, right? Select this. Select the whole thing, right? Just press the shift and down arrow key. Shift and down arrow key, it will select. Up to this my data, right? This is my data. So you selected this?
Yes, I have.
Then press Control C, Control C. So Control C, right? That's copy. Control C is the copy. Okay?
Yeah.
And then just go back here into this. Just press it here and then press Control V. Control V. Just press it. Click it here and then just press Control V. Control V. You getting it?
Mine just copied. No, it's not copying the values from the Excel sheet.
Or just in that case, press. You copy that, right? So sometimes it may not work. So what you need to do is, just place it here, your cursor, and then left click it. So there will be a paste sign. So just paste it.
Same thing.
It's not coming? So that means you didn't copy it properly. That's the problem. So just select it. Just select it. Either you press Control C or copy, right? So let me copy it. So copy this, right? And then you just go back here, right? Where is that?
Same thing.
I'm deleting it here. Okay. So paste it. It's coming. Did you select it properly and copy it?
I did, but I'm going to try it again.
Just paste it there.
Same thing.
What it says?
Same thing. Yeah. So what it's doing is just giving me numbers 1, 1, 3. Oh, the decimals must be off. The decimals is at 0. So
Yeah, that's the reason. So you have to put the decimals there too.
Yeah, it's here now. Thank you.
Yeah, because you didn't put the decimals. That's the reason. Right.
Yeah, the decimals are put to 0.
2 decimals. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. So okay. So you're all here right now. So you got the values, right? Okay. So now you go to analyze. Yeah, okay. Go to analyze. Go to analyze, right? And then you come down to regression, right? Regression. And then click linear. Click linear. Right? So what is your dependent variable here? What is the dependence? What is a dependent variable?
Volume.
Yeah, the volume of liver, right? So click that and put it in the dependent variable there, right? And then select this and put it in the independent, right? So you don't need to do anything unless if you want the plots, scatter plots. So we can put that dependent on. Okay, just leave it. We can draw the graph in some other place. Okay, so options. So this entry point probability. Okay, so no need to do anything. And then statistics. Basically, you want the model fit on the R square. Okay, that notes and all. Okay, so just leave it like that. Just put your independent variable here, and then your dependent variable here. Okay. Now press OK. So you see the whatever the values that you got, right? So you have it here, right? That should be negative or square. Yeah, look at the regression coefficients. So the coefficients here. The coefficients here, right? The coefficients here is this is the model, and so your B is exactly 48.540, which you got there, and then this is a B. Sorry, the constant is your A. The constant is A, so which is 48.540, and then your B is negative 1.576. So this is the model that the B is called the regression coefficients, okay? And the coefficients are significant, okay? So when you're testing it, both constant and mainly you have to check the age of the child, whether this variable is really contributing, is it really significant? So the test says, 0.000, so which is less than 0.05. Anyway, we'll be doing that in the hypothesis testing, okay? The next chapter, but whether the variable is really contributing or not is determined by the significant value here. So we call it as the p-value, right? So I will explain you detail when we are doing the hypothesis testing, which is in the next section, okay? But now, right now, you just concentrate on these two regression coefficient values, okay? So the A is 48.50 and B value is negative 1.576, and here is the correlation, right? So the correlation is, yeah, the correlation is point, but it's supposed to be negative. Is it negative or positive? Somebody said negative, but here I'm getting positive. Anybody got positive 78.789? Hello? Is that the negative is right or is it positive?
I got the same as you, sir.
Yes,
Positive?
sir.
Yeah.
I got the same as well.
Yeah. So this is the value, right? This is the correlation coefficient. The R, the capital R is the correlation coefficient, and the R square, which is 0.622, that is the coefficient of determination. Okay, so the R square. So these two are the values that you need to look into for interpreting. So there is a strong positive correlation, not negative correlation. Oh boy. See, the sign will change the entire thing. So if you give that, the doctors will, they will mock at you, if you're working as a biostatistician or somebody. And if you say that, when the child grows, the volume of the liver also must grow, isn't it? You see the contradiction now? Because somebody gave me the negative and I trusted that value and I gave the interpretation based on that. So that is foolishness. I mean, like, that's wrong medically, because when the child grows, the liver volume, the volume of the liver also must grow. Is that not true? Is that not something common sense?
That's true, sir. But when we did the calculations in Excel, it also gave the negative value.
Is it?
It was it did negative
some yeah,
0.7.
bracket value. Put up the brackets. Yes, okay. So that's the thing. I made a mistake. Yeah. So. Yeah, this is the value. Let me see what is the problem here. So, yes, minus. Yeah, there should be another bracket. I opened the bracket and then I left it. So
I used the formula in Excel, sir, and I got a negative value as well.
Square root of this, okay. It's not this. So let me see now. Okay. Negative. X, Y, and everything is correct. X, Y, so E17. That is some calculation mistake here. So it's supposed to be positive. Okay, so you can work with that the SPSS formula here. All right. Okay, so you can work with that. So there is a positive correlation between this and that. So just change the interpretation there. So there must be some mistake. Yeah. So write down the information that there is a strong positive correlation between the age of the child and the volume, the volume of liver. Okay, there's a strong positive correlation. So that means when the child grows, the volume of liver also must grow. Right. And then the regression coefficients, those things are perfect. That's correct. Okay, and the R square also points. That means 62% of the variation in the child the volume of liver is caused by the age of the child. Okay, age of the child. Then there is a 38 percentage variation which is caused by some other no components which is not accounted for. Okay, so they have to identify what are those of the other 38 percentage components. It could be many things, so they have to identify. Okay, so but the
I
age
think,
causes
sir,
62%. Yes, please.
can you go back a step? I lost connection for a while and I didn't get to see how you reached to this regression slide here. Sorry.
Which
Just
one?
from the
The
SPSS
oh, okay. So
that we're currently on.
you got the data. You have the data here like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So go to analyze. Click analyze.
Yes, sir.
Come down to regression. You see regression.
Yes, sir.
Then go to linear. You see linear.
Yes.
Click that. Okay. Click that.
Yes.
And then put the volume of liver as a dependent variable, right? Because that is a y. And then the age, you put it an independent variable, right?
Yes, sir.
And then click OK.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Yeah. So is that so you understand, guys? You know how to interpret the correlation coefficient, the coefficient of determination, and the regression coefficients, right? So you need to interpret and make it as a report, like yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to give you a work. I'm not going to give you a big problem. Okay, so okay. So take this equation. So this problem here, 9.3.2. Take the example 9.3.2. Right. So the following scores represents the nurse's assessment and the physician's assessment of the condition of 10 patients at a time of admission to a trauma center. Okay. So construct a scatter diagram. Okay, you can do that scatter diagram. Okay, so I'll show you how to do a scatter diagram. So you take the SPSS data, right? Okay, so come down to graphs, right? Come down to graphs. Are you with me, guys? Everybody? Yeah, so open the SPSS data. I'll just show you the scattered plot, then that will be give an idea. So go to legacy dialog box, okay? And then come down to scatter dots, scatter or dots, right? Scatter. You see the scatter slash dot. You see in the graph there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just click that. Okay. So press that simple scatter, first one, simple scatter. You have the dialog box is appearing, right? Shown the thing. So you just press that simple scatter, select that. You're doing it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then click define. Then click define. Then click define. Okay. So age must go into the x-axis because age is an independent variable. So that goes into the x-axis, and the volume of liver should go into the y-axis. Okay, because that is the dependent variable. So age in the x-axis and volume is in the y-axis. Okay. You finished that part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then press OK. Press OK. Yeah. So this is bit. So I think this is the graph shows the negative correlation. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so this is a scatter plot for this, right? So now I want you to do work on this example. So do it manually, right? The question 9.3.2. Do it manually and also work it out in SPSS. I want you to draw the scatter diagram and the regression equation. So you have to plot the regression equation and choose which of the option is correct here. Okay, which of the option is correct, and then do the correlation, coefficient of determination, and then the regression equations, and to give me the line, perfect line, and interpret it. Okay, so I'll give you another 20 minutes time to do this exercise. I want both manual and also in SPSS.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll get back to you at now it is what 6:30, 6:45. Okay, 7 o'clock. I'll get back to you 7:10, something like that. You're getting this? Hello? Hey, what are you guys sleeping or what? Hello? I'm not hearing anything from you all.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so you're getting these numbers?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is your R now? Do it manually, right? Your R. I'm giving you the answer. Okay, 9118. Okay, check. Yeah, correct. So 0.912, right? Everybody getting 0.912? The Pearson correlation.
Yes.
0.912. Okay. So you worked out manually. How about the regression line? So the regression line, now you have to select after fitting the data. So you must select which model is suitable for this data. So they have three options are given. So choose which one is correct. So which one is correct? So you're getting these regression coefficients. A is equals to 1.211 and B is equals to 1.082.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So that you did the manual part, right? Now you put now do it in SPSS now, the same work. Do it in SPSS and make the confirmation, right? So I did it. So I'm confirming your answers with that, but still you have to do it. And then give me the interpretation and R square value, what it says, right? R value, what is it says, and then you have this coefficients here, the regression coefficients. So fit that predicted model, okay, predicted or expected model, and then give the interpretation for the regression coefficients. Then after that, what you have to do is, I'll just show you the work which I did. Okay, so this is the manual part which I did, and then somebody asked me. So you need to pick up these values here, right? The summary, model summary. You need to present this table, model summary, and then the ANOVA, right? So ANOVA table, but mainly this one. So you can provide that model summary where it indicates the correlation value or indicates the correlation value. R square is the coefficient of determination. I'm just showing a different example, right? But what I'm saying is, you have to pick these data, these output, model summary, the ANOVA, and then the coefficients, okay? And then from that, you have to give the model, right? Here, so the predicted doctor's assessment, because so when a patient comes, first the nurses will come and they will take a note, and then they pass the information to the doctor, the physician, and then they will make the prediction, right? Assessments. So here, the predicted physician's assessments is equals to A plus B times the nurse's assessments grade or whatever. So you plug it in, and then you have to give the interpretation like this. So I just want you to write like a small report like this, right? Anyway, I'll post these things into the Moodle, right? So you will have the access for all these outputs and everything. But make a note that first of all, you save your data file as well as your output file, right? The folder, and give the name like a correlation and regression analysis, today's topic. So what we have done so far is we have looked into the bivariate, okay? So that means one independent variable and one dependent variable, okay? So in real life, it may not work in that way, okay? So you have to encounter, so if you want to predict one dependent variable, so you need to encounter several covariates, in other words, several independent variables, okay? So you need to, so next topic is multiple regression model. So you guys finished already? I'm asking. So I came here to show you which are the outputs are important, and you have to select those outputs, and then you have to paste it in a Word document, right? And you need to write a report like this, right? A small report like this, okay? So I'll give you the model, how to work it out, and then based on the same line you can write your assessment. Is it clear, guys? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can I move on to the next topic?
Yes, sir.
Why so some sad voices coming? What happened? Okay, so next is the regression, multiple regression. So regression analysis can be extended to include two or more predictor variables. So the predictor here is nothing but the independent variables, the X part, right? The X you can have more than one.